Welcome back, ScreenRanters. In Hollywood, life can imitate art when it comes to developing a relationship with an on-screen interest. Just look at Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. But sometimes, life can get weird when the real-life couple met by playing siblings in the film and TV. Today, we're going to look at this strange circumstance, as well as at a time when actual siblings played an on-screen romance. No! Yeah, nice and disturbing content. It's what we do best. We'll look at times that this phenomenon happened for Dexter, Doctor Who, Twilight, a couple of MCU stars, and many more. So prepare to feel slightly weirded out, and let's get started.
I'm going home to my family.
Vastly overrated.
We kick off with perhaps the most famous case in TV and film history, Dexter. On screen, we had Michael C. Hall as Dexter Morgan and Jennifer Carpenter as Deborah Debbie Morgan, who are siblings. Sort of. Dexter was adopted into the Morgan family after his mother was slain when he was young, so the two aren't actually related by blood, but they sure grew up as though they were actual siblings. Behind the scenes, Carpenter and Hall began dating in 2007, shortly after Hall was officially divorced from Amy Spangler. The following year, Hall and Carpenter got married, but by 2011, the divorce of the couple was official. During the show, Debbie actually realizes that she has more love for Dexter than just siblings. More romantic than platonic. Seems as though art was imitating life there. Save the cheerleader, save the world. Two of the show's greatest characters were Claire Bennett, played by Hayden Panettiere, and her uncle Peter Petrelli, played by Milo Ventimiglia. Yeah, you can probably guess where this is going since they're on the list. Even though there are 12 years between the two actors' ages, they hooked up off-screen from 2007 to 2009, even if they did deny it at first. After their relationship became public knowledge, the press was really fixated on the age gap. This publicity likely affected their time together, especially as when they first got together, Ventimiglia was 29 and Panettiere just turned 18 years of age. 2007's Blades of Glory showcased the team of Will Arnett and Amy Poehler, who played Stans and Fairchild Van Waldenberg, the antagonists of the film. They were the brother-sister ice skating pair that also seemed to be much more than just siblings, if you catch our not-so-subtle meaning. Well, Arnett and Poehler were not inspired by their characters in this instance. Instead, they had already been married since 2003. They originally met in 1996 and began dating in 2000. The couple even had 2 children together in the real world. However, by 2012, the couple separated. The divorce would be finalized by 2016. From 2007 to 2012, Gossip Girl's will they won't they romance between Serena van der Woodsen and Dan Humphrey caused fans many sleepless nights. At one stage, the on-off couple even became step-siblings after their parents hooked up, yet behind the scenes, Blake Lively and Penn Badgley were an item. It all started in 2007, yet for a long time, the couple kept their romance a secret. During interviews later down the line, Lively stated what one of the main factors was. They thought that by coming clean with their relationship, their bosses on the CW show might be unhappy and it could affect their work. However, Lively then realized that the producers probably wanted the actors to date the same person their character was dating. The relationship eventually came to a close in 2010. Lively and Badgley also kept this information from the cast and crew. They eventually found out 2 months later. Now we have one of the instances where real-life relatives played love interests in a production. Honestly, it's sort of shocking how many times this happens in Hollywood. This instance all happens in an episode of Arrested Development during 2006. The episode in question is Family Ties. The story goes that Jason Bateman's character, Michael Bluth, tries to track down the person known as N. Bluth. He believes her to be his long-lost sister, Nellie. However, she isn't. Instead, she's, a lady of the night. Michael did not know this. Later, when they meet up in a hotel room, Nellie comes on to Michael and admits her attraction to Michael. Shortly after, she confesses her true job. At the end of the episode, Michael even asks Nellie to marry him. Well, Nellie was played by Justine Bateman, the actual sister of Jason Bateman, so the two had to pretend to be love interests, even though they were actual family.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Twilight seems to be a franchise of love, with the amount of off-screen relationships being formed. One is very famous, but 2 you might not know about. The first involves Robert Pattinson, a relationship that involved a member of his on-screen vampire family, Nikki Reed. Reed played the role of Rosalie Cullen/Hale, with the future Pattinson playing Edward Cullen. According to reports, Reed and Pattinson parted ways not long into the franchise, with Stewart and Pattinson forming a much publicized relationship in real life. There was some speculation that Stewart and Reed clashed due to this, but there's little evidence of this actually happening. The other relationship in the realm of sparkly vampires involves the actors Ashley Greene and Kellen Lutz. However, Greene and Lutz have stated that they are really just good friends and nothing more. Perhaps all of these speculated relationships is just wishful thinking by Twilight fans, or maybe there is some truth to it. From 2002 to 2006, the two-time Emmy-nominated TV show Everwood was on the small screen. The show had two future MCU stars in the main cast that were just starting their acting careers. Emily Van Camp would be Sharon Carter, and Chris Pratt would become Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord. In Everwood, Van Camp had the role of Amy Abbott, while Pratt had the part of Bright Abbott. As their last names suggest, yes, the characters were siblings. From 2004 until 2006, Pratt and Van Camp were an item behind the scenes. According to Pratt in interviews, it took a while for the cast and the crew to warm to the idea. To begin with, they had the gut reaction of, "Ooh, you're siblings," but then they realized that no, they aren't. It's their characters that are related. After breaking up, Pratt met future ex-wife Anna Faris on the set of Take Me Home Tonight during 2007, while Van Camp repeated dating her character's sibling during the appropriately named TV show Brothers and Sisters. This time, Van Camp dated Dave Annable, who played her on-screen brother. However, when the relationship became known to the public and behind the scenes, the show's creators changed the family relationship to make it less weird for the audience. If there's one thing that we can all agree on, come on, it's the fact that the real MVP for content involving magic, wands, and mostly family fun is Wizards of Waverly Place. Yeah, you thought I was gonna say Potter. The Disney show ran from 2007 to 2012. Waverly, which won 2 Emmys, helped to slingshot the career of Selena Gomez as an actor and musician. In the series, she played Alex Russo. Since the show came to a close, a number of times, Gomez has been linked to a relationship with her on-screen brother, David Henry. According to reports, during one of the many breakups of Gomez and Justin Bieber, Gomez and Henry started seeing each other in 2014. However, it apparently ended soon after. In 2015, the two were seen having dinner together, which reignited the speculation, yet, from various accounts, it was just a dinner this time. The two remain good friends. For 1986's Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the on-screen siblings Ferris and Jeannie didn't have the best relationship through most of the film, yet behind the scenes, actors Matthew Broderick and Jennifer Grey were actually dating, so much so that in 1987 they decided to take a romantic break in Northern Ireland. One day they took a drive. However, Broderick, who was driving, ended up in the wrong lane. They ended up colliding head-on with another car. The people in the other car, Anna Gallagher and her mother Margaret Doherty, didn't survive. Broderick ended up with a number of injuries, including a broken leg, while Gray had severe whiplash. Broderick ended up being convicted for careless driving and was fined $175. The family of those that didn't make it later forgave Broderick for what happened. Gray stayed with Broderick as he recovered from his injuries. She avoided most of the publicity tour for Dirty Dancing as a result, but they broke up shortly afterwards. Doctor Who is full of confusing plot points, so strap in for another. In 2008, David Tennant was portraying the 10th Doctor in the BBC rebooted series. You'll probably know where we're going to go with this story from the name of the episode alone, The Doctor's Daughter. To sum up, the Doctor had a daughter cloned from the DNA of his hand. She's named Jenny, and she's played by Georgia Moffat, no relation to Doctor Who reviver and Sherlock showrunner Stephen Moffat, as the surname is spelt differently, but it is confusing. In the episode, Jenny gets slain, and then later revived by the end to explore the universe like her DNA Dr. Dad alliteration. Well, by 2011, Tennant and Georgia Moffat got hitched. Regardless of the 14-year age gap, the two have had 5 children to date, including the son Moffat had in a previous relationship that Tennant later adopted. Fun fact, the father of Moffat is Peter Davison. He played the 5th Doctor in the popular TV series during the 80s. It seems that the passion for the Doctor Who franchise runs very deep in this family.
This is fascinating. Tell me more.
And that's a wrap. Which of our on-screen relatives / real-life lovers was the most surprising? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see more, please like, share, and subscribe. All those actions really help us out. Finally, thanks for joining us today. See ya.